Now it's time to make an outrageous brownie. This Valentine's dessert is a layered treat that you are going to love. We're going to spray a half sheet pan with pan spray. Spray just around the edges first. I love Bakery Essentials pan spray because it makes sure that my product will unmold perfectly. After you've sprayed around the edges, lay a sheet of parchment paper in. Line up one edge and make a crease on the other edge. This will be important later to unmold brownies. Once the crease is in, we're gonna hit it with more pan spray. This will help your brownies unmold later. Once the pan is ready to go, we're going to go ahead and put the cookie pucks in. These are 1 ounce cookie pucks, and I am putting 2 pounds of them in, so whatever size chocolate chip cookie puck you need to do, 2 pounds for a half sheet. It's a great way to remember it. Now, the biggest thing to know about these cookie pucks is that they've got to be thawed. They're never gonna work if they're still frozen. So of course the manufacturer's instructions are gonna say bake from frozen. That's great for cookies. For my application here, we're gonna use thawed cookie pucks. Once the pucks are in, we are going to press them into the pan using our fingertips. Make sure to press them in an even layer so that they bake evenly. Once the chocolate chip cookie dough is pressed in, you can absolutely move on. I'm going to take a moment and show you an optional step on how to get this perfectly straight and even. But again, this is an optional step. Place a half a sheet of parchment paper on top of the cookie dough. Using a metal cup measure that is nice and flat on the bottom, we're going to rub it around this paper. What it's gonna do is gonna even out my dough perfectly. Now you can use this technique for any sort of crust that needs to be pressed in and you'd like it to be straight, anything from lemon bars to blondies. Once you have pressed it in, you're going to remove the paper and you can see that you get a nice flat cookie dough. Now that that's in, we're going to put in our chocolate cream-filled cookies, and you're literally just going to sprinkle them on top. Once they're in, take a few minutes to kind of even things out. Now I've taken my Dawn Exceptional Fudgy Brownie batter and prepared it to manufacturer instructions. So now we are just gonna pour it right on top. Using an offset spatula, even it out. Once you've spread the batter out evenly, it's time to pop these in the oven. Okay, so we baked our brownies. We tossed them in the freezer for overnight. That's certainly an optional step, but I like to unmold frozen brownies because they just come out and unmold so much easier. I am gonna go ahead and put a cardboard on top, and I'm gonna flip the pan over. Now I'm gonna put some heat on the pan so that the fat will release. Once that's done, we're going to kind of lift the pan up and toss this little palette knife here into the edge to get a corner started. And you can see it comes out in one large piece. We're gonna use the same palette knife to kind of loosen the edge of the paper. And because we have that clean line on one side and the fold on the other, the paper is going to unmold beautifully in one piece. Those little details make a big difference later. Now we'll take another board, place it on top, and flip again. Now our brownie is ready to ice and decorate. I'm going to top the brownie with my Dawn Exceptional Cream Cheese Buttercream. When I ice this, I'm actually not looking for it to be perfect. I'm going to leave some texture on the icing. Make sure to get it all the way to the edges, and in fact, a little past the edges. Once you've spread the buttercream out, we're gonna lay in more texture. We're gonna take this over the edges of the brownie. It's time to put on sprinkles. I'm using seasonal sprinkles, but you can use whatever Bakery Essentials everyday sprinkle you like. I think it's important to use sprinkles in 2 different sizes to give visual interest. These brownies are going to be cut into squares. So before I go ahead and cut them, I'm going to pipe little buttercream designs on the tops. I'm decorating these for Valentine's Day, but you could decorate them with whatever buttercream you like and whatever shape, stars, hearts, rosettes, whatever you like. Once you've piped the brownie design on, you can take and refreeze if you want to get a perfectly cut brownie, or because we know these brownies underneath are pretty darn cold, we can go ahead and cut them right away. I am using a large French or chef knife in a container of hot water so that my knife stays nice and clean in between cuts. The most important thing to note, do not take it directly out of the water and put it on your brownies or your cake or whatever it is you're cutting. That water will destroy your buttercream and your beautiful design, so please don't do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of that water and dry it off. Most important step. Then I'm gonna go ahead and make a cut on my brownies. Continue to cut using your designs as a guide. Let's rotate the board to cut the other direction. Once again, when I cut the edge and I have these little edge pieces, They go into my scrap bowl for hungry bakers. My favorite part about this brownie is all these gorgeous layers. Chocolate chip cookie, chocolate cream-filled cookie, brownie, cream cheese, icing, sprinkles, and buttercream. It is outrageous.